guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am filming my September wrap up, and unfortunately this month I didn't do as well as last month. I only managed to read a total of 5 books, which in the grand scheme of things isn't terrible, considering I have been flat out busy this month. It's assignment season and work has picked up, so it's just been a whirlwind of a month, I guess. But the books that I read I thoroughly enjoyed, so I will get to them straight away. So the first book that I read this month was actually a reread for me, and I didn't realize that I had already read it until I started reading it. It is Liar by Justine Labalestia. Is that how you pronounce her name? I'm not too sure. It is by an Australian author. It's a very intriguing novel that I cannot wrap my head around, and it has been the second time I've read it, so I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to take out of it. But essentially, a girl by the name of Mika is a compulsive liar. One day her boyfriend is found dead, and people start to question her and, you know, all the lies that she has spun, and then she decides to tell the truth, and it kind of spirals out of control because you sort of question maybe she is telling the truth, but then you remember that she's a compulsive liar and maybe she's made up the story, and it's so fantastically, I guess, confusing. That doesn't make a lot of sense really, but it is a fantastic read that just gets you thinking. I think at the end it is hard to find sort of satisfaction, but that's all part of the reading experience, and I really actually enjoyed it the second time around. I thought I picked up a lot more than I did the first time around, so I definitely recommend you guys read this, just so I can sort of have somebody to, I guess, discuss this with, because I have no idea what really went on. But I gave this a 4 out of 5. And then I read Hourglass by Myra McIntyre, which is the first book in the Hourglass series, I'm pretty sure. This cover is beautiful. And unfortunately, I don't think I can find a second or third book to buy as a physical copy anymore, which is kind of sad. But it is a supernatural, paranormal story centered around Emerson Cole, that is her name, and she can sort of see ghosts from the past, and she's not sure why. So she's partnered up with a guy who works in a company called Hourglass, who is all about this supernatural stuff, and from there they sort of discover what's wrong with her and what's going on in the world and why these things are happening. And obviously her and the guy sort of have this relationship that expands from it, which I did not enjoy within the first half. I felt like it was really rushed. It was an insta-love sort of thing, and I was like, I'm not really thoroughly enjoying this. But the second half picked up really well, and I found that I enjoyed it a lot more than what I thought I would. So I definitely really want to read the second and third book. I might get it as ebook versions instead. I think I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. And then next I got to read the most anticipated book for me for this year, and it is Cuido Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, which is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. So it's about Selena Sodothian, and in the first book she's an assassin that's been captured, but she joins a competition to become the king's champion, and if she wins then she gets the chance to gain her freedom back. So this one picks up from the 3rd book a little while later on, and it sort of entails where Selena's at now. I really don't want to talk about any spoilers, but it is an amazing novel. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because I definitely think the 3rd book is a lot better. I enjoyed that one a lot more, but this is huge. It has so much going on, and it has set up for hopefully an amazing 5th book as well. I have a full review for this as well as a discussion, and I will leave that link down below, so do check that out. But I loved this one so much. And then I got sent a book by Hotkeys from 5 Mile Press, and it is Monsters by Emerald Fennell, and this one is very interesting, very disturbing and creepy. It is about a girl who lives in a small town on the holidays with her auntie and uncle, and one day they find a dead body in the beach, and then she is like engrossed by this mystery because she's in love with, like, you know, crime and murder mysteries and all stuff, and then she befriends a guy who's like that as well, and they sort of start to reenact these murders, which is a small part of actually the book. There's a whole lot more that goes on that's very disturbing. It talks a lot about, I guess, relationships, traumatic experiences that might affect you in childhood, as well as very different things that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but is discussed in this in a very subtle, sort of mysterious way. I found that I am in 2 minds with this. It didn't give me a great ending per se, but I did find that it was very intriguing throughout the entire read, so I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. And then lastly, I read The Diviners by Libba Ray, which is the first book in the Diviners series, and I'm now on to the second book, so I'm halfway through that. so hopefully I get to finish that soon. But I absolutely love this. This is sort of paranormal, supernatural, as well as, I guess, mystery. I keep forgetting protagonist names, but Evie is a diviner, so she has sort of secret powers, and she moves to New York to live. Is it New York? Yes. So she moves to New York to live with her uncle, who runs a museum all about like mysterious artifacts and stuff like that. And then together they sort of make a team to try and figure out why these killings are happening in the city. So it's set in the 1920s, an alternative universe, and I love that the setting is very believable, despite the fact that there's all this like weird paranormal stuff going on. I get Evie is an amazing character. She's so badass and sassy, and I just love how, I guess, different this can be. I'm really hoping that the entire series is really good. I think there is a third or fourth book coming out as well, and I am tossing up between a 4.5 and a 5 because I loved it. I think I can justify it being a 5, but for some reason I keep leaning towards a 4.5. I think I need to process it a bit more. So those were the 5 books that I read this month. I actually really enjoyed all of them. Hopefully I get to read a bit more next month when uni dies down and I am into holidays actually, which is really good. But other than that, leave a comment down below telling me what you guys have read this month and what you really enjoyed. I hope you guys have a great day, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye!